The coastline of Michoacan state in southern Mexico, a region of volcanic, jungled hills jutting out of the Pacific surf. It may be spectacular, but it's underdeveloped. Home to about 25,000 people, entire towns have no cell phone signal whatsoever, a problem for locals.
It leaves us unable to communicate with our families. If we need something on the building site, we can't let our boss know. Things would be better if we had a data network.
In Mexico, it's not only this coastal region left behind in the digital age. More than 25 million Mexicans have no regular access to the internet. And while cell phone networks cover around 95% of the population, around a quarter of that coverage is 3G and below, not fast enough to support modern cell phone functions. Here, getting online is done old-school internet cafe style, as users pay for an hour, a week, or a whole month's access to private Wi-Fi signals, still notoriously unreliable.
It's fine for messaging, but obsolete for anything more complicated. And when there's a lot of tourists here, it doesn't even work for sending messages.
That's an issue that might now be solved by an alternate form of cell phone data technology, the further-reaching low-band 5G, in which China is a leading developer. Just as AM long-wave radio waves reach further than FM shortwave, low-band 5G uses longer signal bandwidths to reach further, compromising ever so slightly on data speed.
Operators in Mexico or in Latin America are aiming to have 4G at least, and then 5G. If those frequency bands would be available in Mexico, I think that would be a very good way to cover those rural areas.
But frequency allocations to signal providers are made by national authorities. An auction of 5G spectrum space is planned for operators in Mexico next year.
We are betting for the regulators to provide more spectrum, because that will enable the operators to cover and to make more investments in infrastructure, and of course that will reflect immediately in the services delivered to the population.
Alasdair, Baverstock, CGTN, Michoacan, Mexico.